Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to SAFC Fans React. And yes, we are back. We are back, and we are back, Michael Bowers.
I mean, we are back a week early. The company doesn't kick off till next week, lad.
Aye. Well, we're just doing a few tests. We'll talk about, obviously, the end of last season. And if you put comments in the live chat, we'll try and read them out as well. But like I see, we're testing a few equipments. I don't know if any has noticed, but down at Trafalgar, one of the mics weren't working. But I've sorted that now. One of the leads, for some reason, when I go live, doesn't pick up the mics. But when I use another lead, when I go live, it picks up both of them. I don't understand.
Let us know in the comments. I mean, it seems everything's all right. But if anyone say if you can hear us,
fine. It always works fine for this. I just tried that with a lead for some reason, it didn't work. But if you could please like, share, and subscribe to SAFC Fans React. It's absolutely free. It does not cost a single penny. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share it, and hopefully we'll might get a couple of unexpected.
How's that phrase not been on a T-shirt yet or merchandise? It does not cost a penny. It doesn't cost a penny.
I think it has, but some people get on the high horse about that.
It's fine. Come on, just get a picture of you and then it doesn't cost a penny.
But Michael, I've missed you, pal. I've missed you.
Little brother.
Now, I know you've been struggling. I know you look at that football is your passion. I was like you one time. I'm not as bad now. I know football's. It's just you eat, breathe, and sleep football, don't you, Michael? I know the last few weeks has been hard for you, hasn't it? Not having games.
To be fair, actually, I've quite enjoyed until the last couple of weeks when you really start to miss it. So
yeah, that's right.
Until the last couple of weeks when you start to miss it, actually, I've enjoyed the break. To be fair, because you know me, I'm at the end of every single season. I'm always like, okay, great, we got promoted. Now can I have a break? Can I have a mental and emotional break before we get ready to do it all again? But of course, this time it's in the Championship, not in League One, thankfully.
Yeah.
But no, I'm doing all right. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm not great. I'm gonna admit, but you just gotta.
Oh, just wait. We'll wait until we get beat 5-0 off Coventry next Sunday.
But anyway,
everyone behind the cameras giving me filthy looks there, saying losing to Coventry.
But
in the back of his own net, 1-0 Sunderland.
I'm just going to read some of the comments out, and I think I know I normally got in there, but I don't want people. Right.
Fair enough.
In the live chat, I'll just read some of the comments.
While Sean's doing that, yeah, hopefully you guys are all right.
Right. Thean SAFC is in there, so Thean's a nice lad. Go in there, check his channel out. All right, lads. Hello, boys. Welcome back. DJ Sizzler. Dave Watson is in the house. Dave Watson's in the place.
Don't say anything inappropriate in there, you bugger.
Joanne Punchin is in the house.
How many Peronis do you think she's had?
She's gone down to York.
6. Oh, Jordan's saying 6. Morgan's even got a bigger dig, Joanne. You're going to have this. He's just saying, is that 6 the only amount you've drank?
So, Joanne's in there. So, Joanne, I hope you have a great time down York with your daughter, Charlie.
Special in mind,
and Dave, so
have
a great day and, enjoy yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Keep the bad people out if you can.
Exactly.
Patrick, I think is the guy that's in there in Bolton. Hi, Thean, buddy. Lauren Kenny's in there. Like you say, there's not going to be loads of people because it's a week before the matches next Sunday.
Next week's when it really starts.
That's when it really starts. Ryan Hansen, yes, the bossy. Colin Major says, hi lads, great to see you back. And that's
see my back. All right. There you go.
Literally. So we'll update with the comments, but we have got a visitor, but we'll get him in a bit. I'm not going to see who it is yet, but he's going to come on in about 10 minutes. He's a local celebrity. He's chomping
at the bit to get on camera. We know
chomping at the bit, Michael. But Michael, anyway, down to the football side of it. Right, I'm not going to start with the pre-season. I'm going to start with the back end of last season. In fact, we'll start with the whole of the season. We'll start with Lee Johnson as the manager. We had a good start. We did, and we were playing some good stuff. But where did it go wrong for Lee Johnson?
Portsmouth 4, Sunderland 0, Rotherham 5, Sunderland 1, Sheffield 3, Sunderland 0, Bolton 6, Sunderland 0. The end.
Say that again.
You want me to say it again?
Slowly.
Slow motion, fine.
Nice.
Pompey 4, Sunderland 0.
No, that was you could blame the weather, but Michael, we're not going to blame both teams.
That's the one that you can forgive the most because of the circumstances. Well, I would say forgive. You can tolerate the most. You can sort of forget it most. Rotherham 5, Sunderland 1, just meh. Sheffield Wednesday 3, Sunderland 0. At least it got, at least it's to another big club, but Jesus Christ, it's still embarrassing. And the worst of the lot, worst defeat in our history, Bolton Wanderers 6, Sunderland 0. God. John was just doing that there. Bolton Wanderers 6, Sunderland 0.
So you think it was a combination of them bad results what cost him his job? Because you still get the people who said he was harshly dealt with. There's a lot of people, a lot of Sunderland fans out there, and they're probably being here now, are saying that Lee Johnson was, it was harshly dealt with. Now, what have you got to say to that, Michael, with the people that say that he shouldn't have been sacked?
Well, put it this way, if you're going to take me the argument, you shouldn't. But I've always said my opinion that with Lee Johnson, even as someone who liked him, and I still did to this day, that he's an idealistic manager where at his best, his football is quite good to watch. Unfortunately, at his worst, it resulted in quite a few hammerings, shall we say. And and without sounding arrogant, and anyone can say it's arrogant if you want, but I strongly disagree. We shouldn't be getting arrogant. We shouldn't be getting hammered outside the Premier League, really,
Absolutely.
and especially shouldn't be getting hammered in League One.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't excusable. I think as well, when you look at the tinkering with the formations and everything, I know it's the typical thing of fans to say, but at the end of the day, I think Lee Johnson would have got us in the playoffs. I still think he would have done, but I can't definitively prove that because it's ifs and buts. However, I don't think we would have won them, as I've said many times.
I'm not sure in regards to that, Michael, and I would agree on a lot, but I think
can we both agree then that you don't think he would have got us promoted one way or the other?
Oh, he wouldn't have got us promoted. Absolutely not.
I think he would. I still think he would have gone on, had another good run and got us scraping. I think he would have got us scraping into the top 6, but that still wouldn't have been good enough because you've been in the top 2 for. Yeah. Top 2 race for so long. However, what you could argue is, what's fact is, Lee Johnson left, Alex Neil came in and got promoted. So
yeah,
factually, it was the right call.
I was trying to.
Okay. Are we rewinding back? Are we?
Trying to do it in stages.
Okay, then right. So should we go back to how Shaun actually really loves Lee Johnson? He's one of the best things since sliced bread.
So you don't believe that. You don't believe he was shorted down with the event. The results, the bad defence. Was the main factor in behind him getting.
You can't get hammered. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's exclude Portsmouth because of the freak circumstance. But the other 3, you can't get hammered that many times and not face scrutiny. I'm sorry, you can't. Not in League One. And the fact is, Lee Johnson. Hey. The fact is, Lee Johnson, well, as Shaun knows, one of my favourite words in football, the 2 that go back hand is clean sheets, and we didn't keep anywhere near enough of them. We're letting too many goals, and it just seemed that the issues were not getting addressed. Yeah. Or at least it didn't seem like it was. Maybe they might have been trying to do something behind the scenes, I don't know. But, at the end of the day, for me, Lee Johnson wouldn't have got us promoted, and for me, and ultimately, that was the only acceptable goal for Sunderland while in League One, whether people think it's arrogant or not.
What do you believe in the players, Michael? And the fact that the players weren't happy that he got dismissed as well. What's your feelings on that? Because apparently a lot of the players went to the KLD and speaking and said we're not happy about obviously him being sacked. What's your opinions on that? And for me, if players love the manager that much, they won't get rolled over like we did in games like that. Is that what you believe?
Not as frequently, anyway. Maybe if say the Portsmouth game getting hammered was like a one-off freak occurrence, you could maybe get that. Yeah. But you don't get hammered another 3 times and then have that. So if they say that they were devastated that Johnson was sacked, well, they should have thought about that before they got hammered. They should have thought about that before losing 6-0 to Bolton or 5-1 to Rotherham or 3-0 to Sheffield Wednesday or anything like that. So I'm not particularly a big believer. Well, I mean, you never know. There could be something in that, but they can't be that devastated because they ended up getting promoted. So, but I think. Look, I mean, I'm sure. I don't know what Lee Johnson's like behind the scenes. I mean, I've heard conflicting reports. Some people say that he was less than pleasant, shall we say, or some would say that some players get on with him. It just depends on your personality and who you are as a person.
What we need to do right now is we need to get Chris Maguire in. That's what we need to do, because I think he'd have a few words to say about
Chris Maguire.
Where's he? Where's Chris Maguire when you need him, man?
He's probably going off getting another tattoo to his collection or something rather than trying to be a better footballer. To be fair, actually, I will touch on that, really, because, the Maguire thing, back in January when Lincoln got... We lost it, Lincoln. Jesus Christ. But anyway, when Maguire scored a hat-trick, when the first goal, when he ran up to Lee Johnson, squared up to him, more or less squared up to him. I didn't think Maguire did anything wrong there. I still believe that Maguire justifiably wasn't played because at the end of the day, he was garbage. When he played in his last season here, he didn't pull up any trees and he was rightfully not played. Yeah. However, if Lee Johnson treated him horribly, then fair enough. I didn't take Maguire doing that as a dig at Sunderland fans. That was just him and Lee Johnson. So, I mean, Lee Johnson's quite a less beloved figure among a lot of fans, not just some Sunderland ones. But at the end of the day, I was at the end of the day, with what happened later on in the season, I think you could argue it is the right call to have got rid of him, unfortunately.
Right. Obviously, Lee Johnson went. For me, I did put a tweet up a few months ago. I don't know if you remember it, Michael, but I did see it to everybody on Twitter. I said, this could have saved our season. A lot of Sunderland fans were like...
A few weeks afterwards, it didn't feel like it did it.
a lot of Sunderland fans said...
I know what you mean, yeah.
A lot of Sunderland fans,
did they have the argument of, well, we're third and all this?
All that crap, It just goes to show that if you make a change and it's right, obviously when we did, I think it was the right call at the right time, because you look at the run we went on, Michael, as well. I'll just go to the fact that the Roy Keane situation as well. Let's talk about that first. The Roy Keane, I mean, do you think that was there any truth in that? Do you think we actually really wanted him, or do you think he really wanted to come, or do you think it sort of played out best for us anyway that Alex Neil eventually was the was the next manager.
Well, I have the view of the last point. I think it's I was yeah, no, it's fine. Go on. Just tells me. I was of the opinion that I didn't want Roy Keane back. I think that obviously I wasn't into football the first time he was here, so I had a much more cynical view of Roy Keane. I'm thinking, well, with all due respect to the guy, he hasn't managed as a number one manager for 11 years. So why is he all of a sudden the right call to take over with us? And what right has he really got to try and mess us about with the negotiations, everything, when he hasn't had a job for 11 years? Yeah. You know, I think I don't know personally, but I think there is truth to it. And this kind of brings on to a point about Christmas Speakman, because I've seen quite a few people as recently as yesterday saying that they felt that Speakman was bailed out by Alex Neil last year, which I strongly disagree with. But regardless, that's one of the things that Christian Speakman did. One of the mistakes he did make, which the Roy Keane saga was a joke. That should not, the appointment to get a new head coach should not have took 2 weeks, whatever it was.
That we wasted was it 3 games? I think we wasted
something like that. However, but because of those games, no one can tell me that squad should be losing to Doncaster and Cheltenham. I'm sorry, and I still stay to this day it shouldn't. Far too many people are not blaming the squad for those 2 results, because they should have won those games. I don't care who's manager. I don't care what the circumstances are. If you want to look at anyone, look at Derby County, who had ample opportunities to throw the towel, and with everything that was going on last year, they did anything but. So those players have no excuse.
Right, Mike, I'll just stop at that point because I'm just doing stages for the further season. I'll just go back to live chat. I always like to try and keep the live chat involved. The Bristolian Macam is in there. All right, lads. Joanne Puncheon says, ha wax. I waiting outside.
I thought you were going to say Joanne's waiting outside. Yeah. Where are you, Joanne?
I'm not sure what's happening there. Ethan, SAFC. All right, lads. Chris Smith. Hi, lads. He says, work. Carl Stewart says, how's things? Theon says, Shaun Michael, do me a favour in there and see if there's any new signings.
Well, have you noticed there's a joke going on? There's a joke going on. Actually, Shaun might not know this, but there's a joke going on recently that every single time I seem to go out somewhere, we end up signing a player. Hang on then. While you're doing that, so let's have a check. Where's the broadband? Where's the broadband?
Patrick says it's Dave the Rave, isn't it? Our celebrity. Well, you'd have to wait and see if it's Dave the Rave. He might pass us by in about.
Bro, we know it could be Newcastle fans because they're obsessed with us.
DJ Sizzler has commented, we have more Hammonds than a... Oh, we're there. DJ Sizzler. Hello, Mrs. Pot Noodle.
Mrs. Pot? Is that an actual name?
No, it's just...
Oh, who said that?
He's talking to Joanne. Dave's talking to Joanne.
Oh, that's fine. I call her Mrs. Peroni, but Mrs. Pot Noodle sounds better.
Right, anyway.
I've gone out and there's no new signings. Sorry, Thane. Not quite.
Why is that coming up? 2 seconds, Michael.
That's fine. I've literally just checked on my phone to see if there's any new signings, because Sunderland, sorry, I'm going to swear here, the bastards always wait until I go out of the house to announce something. And from a content creator's perspective, it's really frustrating. But nope, there's nothing there yet. Hang on. Morgan, can you just hear? Can you go down to the Academy Light and see if we made a signing? No, I'm not waiting for it. Fair enough.
Right, anyway, moving on.
Let me guess, you're going, moving on from a manager that I don't like, move to a manager that I do rate. Or head coach that I do rate.
Alex Neil, obviously, he come with, for me...
He come with the most beautiful bald head on a Scottish man I've ever seen.
Apologies about the wind as well. The wind is really strong. We're standing... Normally,
I'm relieved it's
windy. Normally stand in the corner there, but these microphones are really good, and there shouldn't be a problem with the connection because
we haven't had anyone say they can't hear us, to be fair, so it must be doing all right.
The mics are usually really good, but apologies about the wind. And if you could share it on the social medias, my phone's on there, so I can't share it on Twitter, but if Joanne can and all the people on Twitter, please share it on there. Michael, back to Alex Neil. Alex Neil was appointed. I looked at his record and he did a great job with Norwich, Hamilton, and I think it was Preston as well.
He got Preston to pretty much competing near the top 6 on a bottom 6 budget in the Championship.
So obviously, when he first come, what was your initial thoughts on Alex Neil as the successor to Lee Johnson?
Well, my first initial thought was, why is he getting announced with a dodgy photo at Durham train station rather than actual Sunderland announcing him? But that's just classic Sunderland of recent times. But I like him. Alex Neil, actually, at first, I was a bit funny on Alex Neil because I thought, well, did he do much at Preston? But when you actually look at the job he did at Preston and at Norwich, and the feedback we got from Norwich and Preston fans was overwhelmingly positive. It wasn't like a few positive and a few negative. It was like 95% was really good endorsement of Alex Neil. I was thinking, okay, then let's see what this guy can do. And straight away, he identified something that Lee Johnson didn't seem to be able to, which was that defence is a big part of football, not just going forward. So he actually managed to get a balance. I mean, it took a couple of games, didn't it, really get going.
What was the turning point in Alex Neil's? Was it he lost one game, and it was 18, Michael.
Yeah, including I think it's one...
And the playoffs and the playoff final, was that...
Bear with me a moment, hang on.
That one was 17.
Yes, no, it was lost 1 in 18, including the playoffs.
1 in 18. I mean, Michael, how good of a record is that? He lost one game in 18. Now we had to go on that run. Well, one in 15, obviously excluding
you're not including the playoffs.
So 1 in 15, you go on that run to get us just in the playoffs. We're just sneaked in the playoffs.
That's good form for us compared to what we've had the last few times.
We're just sneaked in, but look at where in them games do you think it was a turning point? Because
there's 2 games particularly. The week where we drew with Burton, the last minute equaliser, and then the win away at Wigan. I think was the moment where, for me, it started to really turn. I know, obviously, secondly, Johnson was a turning point, but I don't think it was the defining moment. I think the defining moment that changed it was those 2 games. Because it's a funny one, because if you wonder, had we, say, lost 1-0 at home at Burton, would we have gone and beat Wigan? We don't know. Yeah. But remember we were saying, going in the car on the way down to Wigan, first we were saying we were a bunch of mugs.
We're going to get battered.
We're going to get battered everywhere we go. Sunderland got battered everywhere we go. Yeah, Morgan loves it.
We did think it was going to be one of them, didn't we?
Morgan, that look is downright creepy. Please don't do that thing. Sorry? What, the away game? Oh, God.
I would like to see you.
Charlie White
you played them 2 games. I mean,
going to top of the league. Sorry, to go into top of the league and not just beating them, but beating them 3-0. Yes, 2 of them were penalties, but we deserved to win by that score. Yeah. We were really, really good, and it was a perfect, balanced performance. And I think, and I said to you at the time, didn't I, in the car on the way back from Wigan, said, if you're not getting confidence from that result, what will give you confidence?
Michael, the late winners in the games as well. I want to come to the late winners. We kept on doing it. I mean, I was standing outside in the 90th minute, and we kept on scoring late goals.
And you kept missing them.
And that was a sign for me. It's a sign of a team that will fight right to the final whistle. Do you know what I mean?
By the way, anyone who wants to watch is it Geordie Boy 29's channel, go and watch this clip of me at the Fleetwood game, where I basically slag off Fleetwood's time wasting after we go 2-1 up. He just goes, yeah, with your time wasting, right off. You get what you deserve. Jordan's laughing his head off, but yeah, no, the late winners is a big thing. It's momentum, isn't it? And the 2 late winners, actually another kind of turning point, the 2 late winners for me that sealed my belief that we were going to get in the playoffs was Gillingham and Oxford. Yeah, because you wonder with all these, like those 2 in particular, and Shrewsbury as well. Look at the Gillingham, Oxford, and Shrewsbury games. Had we drawn those instead of won them, we would have finished 7th.
That's what I mean. But it's just fine little margins. Them 90th minute winners effectively got us just into the playoffs.
Exactly, and to be fair, the run for the playoffs it's a very freak occurrence where you had to get like 81 points or something to finish in the top 6, where normally I think on average something like between 73 to 77 points gets you 6th at least. So, and to be fair to Plymouth, they were very unlucky to miss out. We get 80 points and finish 7th.
They were in the place a long time. And,
they should have finished in there from that position. There
was lads in my WhatsApp group when the fans got one. They said, I think it was Dan Humphrey. I think he said Plymouth will drop out.
I said to you because they had a very tough run into the end of the season, and it showed. I'm gonna bolster my own ego here because I'm an egotistical prick. I know. I'm just gonna say. I made a comment on the show I do with Thane, and Thane can back us up here. I think knowing Thane, he'll be an idiot and just say, "Oh no, Michael never said anything of the sort." But on the back end of March, and I said to you in the WhatsApp group, you and Dave Lawrence, that I felt the back end of March. I said, I fancy us to go through the playoffs, you know.
You did.
I said it for 2 months.
We were the form side.
So I promise you, Sean's backing us up here. I'm not just saying this because we got promoted. 100%. I actually genuinely felt, and we know what Dave was like. Last year was like, we're winning the league. And we ended up finishing like 4th with a terrible run of form. But sorry, Dave. I know he's probably not watching, but I feel, I said 2 months before we won the playoffs, I felt there was something building with the unbeaten run, with the balance of the team, with Alex Neil, the late winners. I said, I think I was on your interviews after Oxford when I think you asked me, and I think it was like me and Morgan probably. I think it was what league is Sunderland going to be in, because I watched it back the other day and I said Championship if we make the playoffs. But you're right though, like we needed a good run of foot. We knew. Actually, I'll ask you this then, because poor souls had to listen to me waffle on for about 20 minutes. Do you think the fact that top 2 had been all but mathematically done with 12 games to go helped us? So it allowed our focus to shift to, right, we're not getting top 2, let's get a good run for the playoffs and win that.
I think so. I think it actually played in our hands, but still them late winners in the games,
crucial,
it was so tight. If just one of them games we didn't win it, we would have, as you said, we would have finished 7th and would have just been
outside the 5th year in League One,
and that would have been, that would have been an absolute disaster, wouldn't it? I mean, being a 5th season, Michael, in League One. This club, Sunderland Football Club, in League One, the 3rd tier for 5 years, that would have been. I
would need to hire a therapist to help me get through that.
It definitely wouldn't have been 30,000 season ticket holders, season callers for next season, would that? Not a chance.
Another big thing as well is that the reason that the season ticket sales were so big last year for League One anyway. a large part of that was down to the fact we'd just come out of a lockdown season where we couldn't go to the games and fans wanted to get back again. And that initial euphoria of being able to go to games would have worn off. Worn off well before now had we not got promoted, and I think you would have been lucky to get 20,000 in that stadium next season, maybe even less, to be honest. And season ticket sales, I think, would have been between 15 and 20,000 at best. Because at the end of the day, there's only so much that you can take in one go because we've been battered around the head that many times.
That's true. Anyway, moving on, Michael. We're trying to do it in stages, but
can we talk about more about the beautiful ball, man?
We secured the playoff place in the final game of the season down at Morecambe with a 1-0 victory. I was down there. It was a good day out, and me, Dave, and Morgan. It was a great day. But we secured the playoff place, and
did we kind of
Steve Castlewell was there. Steve Castlewell was there.
Great legendary lads.
And Matthew was there as well.
Legendary lads.
He was.
Weren't playoffs like sealed at half time that day? Because weren't like Plymouth losing 3-0 home
that was the game.
So we knew right. Okay, let's just get through this game with no one getting injured.
With Plymouth getting hammered. With Plymouth getting hammered.
Half time they were 3-0 down. That was a result.
It was a
basically at that point we knew we had top 6, didn't we?
Yeah. So that said, and it worked out that Sheffield Wednesday was going to be the 2-leg playoff for place at Wembley on the 31st of May. I think we openly said that it was going to be a really tough game, but I think you said over the 2 legs would just edge it.
And mainly down to Alex Neil.
I was 50-50.
I felt that we had the better manager, and I think that was the key thing. Yeah. I think Chef Wed's squad. I mean, if you look at Chef Wed alone, if you look at the players they've assembled for this year, I mean, Christ, if they do not finish in the top 2 of the squad they've got this year, something's really wrong. Yeah. But last year I felt that. Well, you know what Sky were like, and Andy Hitchcliffe in particular was pretty much up Barry Bannon's you know what.
He was getting on my
I felt a lot of people, not necessarily Sunderland fans, but a lot of people felt Chef Wed were automatically the favourites because they had the second leg at home. Yep. When in fact, if anything, the playoff final that happened last year was from between 5th and 6th, Sunderland and Wickham, who had the home leg first. Yeah. So if anything, that proves it's not an automatic advantage. Yeah. I did feel we wouldn't have got through had we not won the home game, because that was the one where. Well, I said to you before the game, didn't I? I said that game was the big one. If you win that one, I couldn't have seen us going down to Hillsborough and winning on the night. But I said I could see us drawing there if we got a lead.
I was a little bit worried with the one. Even though we took a lead down there, I was a little bit worried.
It should have been more, shouldn't it?
Aye, and I was a little bit worried. And I even said in the interviews after, I said the 1-0 victory. I wish we could have just couldn't get that second goal, and I'd have been more.
And we had the chances to, didn't we?
I didn't say the game because I was at work. I couldn't get it off. But the second leg, Michael, can you talk us through?
Is this the second leg?
The second leg. I mean, the first leg. Well, in fact, we'll go to the first leg. I've got to see the atmosphere.
That's one of the best atmospheres.
It was absolutely unbelievable, and Rory fellow as well in the build up to the game and things that I was. It was absolutely brilliant.
And as well, I want the atmosphere like that to be there next Sunday as well against Coventry. But as the atmosphere at the stadium, like remember we kept saying, and by the way, I've criticised the administration side of the club a lot, and it's deservedly so. However, the marketing team got it spot on with the Till the End campaign to get everyone right up for it, and we kept saying. Get in the stadium, get behind the lads. This is the biggest home game by far of the season, biggest of our recent history. Yeah, we needed to get over the line and get through. And the only negative literally was that it was only 1-0. Pritchard hit the bar. Serkin had a great chance. It was like win the 6-yard box. He had it on target. It's 2-0. And that was the one not worry but concern I had going into the second leg. But to answer your questions of talking through the second leg. Like I said, that second leg, we gave ourselves the opportunity to say, right, just don't lose. Yeah. Just don't lose on the night, and you're through. And, and the first, and I mean, for most of the second leg, to be honest, was dull. Apart from the goal, which I'm sure you have seen the goals from that game. The goal was the only real chance Chef Wed created. There was one, I think Briers, had an overhead kick that was straight past, and it wasn't really like a big chance. That aside, we were comfortable. We weren't offering much going forward, but we were comfortable defensively. Yeah. But when Lee Gregory scores and you think, extra time, these are behind them, you think, then. But then obviously Lauren's favourite person in the whole wide world pops up at the back post to meet Jack Clark's pass, and and Morgan can testify to this. What was the atmosphere like in Street Bar when Robert scored? It's one of the best experiences, isn't it?
Well, in the away end,
we got showered in beer. I don't even drink beer, and someone who's kind of drunk but kind of not. He basically was just jumping up and down, hugging each other, and the beer half of it fell on top of my head, but I didn't care. It just shows it. Sorry. It was plastic cups. Plastic cups, just to be boring. But yeah, that was honestly, as Morgan testifies, that was one of the best nights in recent years. And I think I say that now, knowing the outcome of the final, but that was great. And obviously, I mean, it's a shame you didn't get to watch it, but it was the game itself wasn't particularly great, but playoff games never are. Especially not semi-final games.
And enough. But I think we're done enough.
Did what we needed to do,
and we've got to the final. And obviously,
we said, didn't we? I said at the time as well that the winner of that tie, Sunderland Chef Wed, would go on to get promoted.
And I was quite relaxed actually. No disrespect to Wickham.
Relaxed. But Sunderland. Is that the right sentence?
Even just in the final, I went, we'll beat them. I just thought we're just better than them, and I wasn't worried at all. But once you get the match dates, you get the nerves,
isn't it? Yeah.
But talking about just the day before, Michael, I know you went to Trafalgar Square, but
I watched it though. That was a good stream.
I just want to talk about the approximately 20.
Do you mean when you were walking down through London and going, "Yeah, man, excuse me, mate, do you know where Trafalgar Square is?" how do people in London not know where Trafalgar Square is? Oh, that was comedy gold. That. Sorry, go on.
But like you see, the Trafalgar Square. I went that night. It was unbelievable. Seeing approximately 20,000 Sunderland fans. Just singing the song, singing the hearts out for like hours and hours, and drinking and having a great time. Never any trouble with the Sunderland fans. When we go to Trafalgar Square, and all the times in the League Cup finals and the checker trades, it's always good.
The big question was, did you hear back from Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Someone dressed up as Spider-Man. Remember?
Oh, that was.
Morgan, please hang on. Hang on. Oh, sorry. Just here's something for you that's kind of transfer related. Brad Jones has got some things right, to be fair. Says, believe Sunderland have joined the race to sign Everton striker Ellis Sims. Everton are looking to sell the striker this window. A lot of interest throughout the championship. Yes, if you get him in broadband, I'll be delighted.
Right. So
that joke's not going away. Sorry.
I was talking about Trafalgar Square. I want to keep up with it.
I'll keep talking. Anyway. Sorry, I know Shaun keeps saying that there's a guest here. I keep pretty much giving away who it is, but sorry, pal. But no, honestly, while Shaun's looking at that, the night at Trafalgar Square just looked amazing. I mean, Morgan, what was it like for you, Trafalgar Square?
One of the best nights of my life.
I can imagine. It looked honestly. The amount of people. Gav Henderson from Roke Report, who was pissed. Sorry, fine, I've said it now. He's pissed off his head, which is really funny. Even someone dressed as Spider-Man, I think. Please, was someone actually dressed as Spider-Man on that night? Or am I hallucinating?
There was.
I'm sure there was. Yeah,
that was Dom. That was Dominic. That was Dom.
Dom, you legend. But sorry, go save New York City, please, from Dr. Octavius. Anyway, but that was great. It looked electric, the atmosphere. It made me wish I'd gone down for the weekend. But more than even though it wasn't there, it got me right pumped up for it even more than I already was.
Yeah.
And as Shaun said, I mean, I was nervous. I was nervous for the couple of days leading up to the game because I'd remembered the Charlton game 3 years ago, and I know how that ended. But I had this same calm optimism that said, no, I think if we perform like we can do, we'll beat them. And it was, and one of the things as well is that Gareth Ainsworth, I still think, is one of the best managers in League One.
Yes, he's a really good manager.
I really rate him as a manager, to be fair. But Alex Neil, I thought, I think he's got the better of him here. I think tactically, if it was Lee Johnson's son and going up against Gareth Ainsworth's Wickham, I would have fancied Gareth Ainsworth to get the better of him. Cheers, Dom, by the way, says you're a legend, Mr. Bowers. Cheers, Spider-Man. But yeah, I had confidence with Alex Neil getting the better of Gareth Ainsworth, and I know obviously I'll do a nice little segue for Shaun. Obviously leading into the day itself, I mean the nerves. I was nervous on the day leading up to the game, and obviously, but it was also really class to see the sea of red and white around Wembley. And to be fair, the Wickham fans I thought were quite good on the whole. I didn't come across as many.
I was going to read some of the comments out, Michael.
Go for it.
Stephen Flounders says Maguire released by Lincoln, even though he has a year left in his contract.
He's been released by Lincoln.
Yeah, I heard that other day. So that tells you something about Chris Maguire is a talented footballer, but there's obviously something.
But he only turns up 1 in 10 games, doesn't he?
GS 2000 with Barnsley and Peterborough relegated. I'm glad we got in League One trying to dog it out. I know that would be a nightmare getting out of League One this season.
Just to quickly on that comment, if you look at it, so you got Peterborough, Derby, Barnsley, Sheffield, Ipswich, Portsmouth, Charlton, Wickham, MK Dons, Oxford, Bolton. There's another one. I can't believe I got them. Bolton, yeah. I'll tell you right now, Bristol Rovers under our good friend Mr. Barton. But seriously though, there's a good half of that league could make a case for going up, and I'm so glad we're not in it.
Chris Scott says, good to see the dream team together again. Chris Scott.
Thanks very much, lad.
Cheers, Chris. He's a good lad, Chris. Joan Punchin says she's not on Twitter much lately. Is that right?
Is that because you've drank so many Peronis that you don't want people to know?
She hasn't drank this weekend.
Well, hang on, can you say that sentence again?
Patrick says...
She hasn't drank this weekend?
She hasn't drank, Patrick says he's retweeted. I should have tweeted myself, but I can't because I've got the phone on there and I've got the spare phone there. I should have done it before I put the phone on there, but never mind. Sorry about that. You've already read out. It's Colin Major. Michael, what got me is singing Jam Sonny and Tears at Wembley. Oh, that was I know.
That's still one of my favourite intros I've ever done. I didn't anticipate drunk Joel crying his eyes out on camera, but I said if we win, I was going to get my own reaction at the full-time whistle. And for the most part, this seems to have gone down really well. But it was just the absolute euphoria, the relief, the anger and the frustration and hurt of being stuck in League One for 4 years. And just that, it was just that like my yell into the camera was just that relief that we'd finally got out of that hellhole of a league. But Joel being drunk, which I've never let him forget ever since, was great. I mean, but you could tell even when he was drunk and he was crying how much it meant to him. That kind of encapsulated all the emotions of the last 4 years.
Onto the game, Michael, I seen you on Wembley Weir, which I was great. I tried to do a live stream, but I think that it's really sketchy on Wembley Weir. It always has been. It's really terrible for trying to.
And Wembley Weir is a massive area as well. I struggle to find you
buildings and things, but Wembley Weir, it's always great. I must admit, seeing everybody drinking on Wembley Weir, I haven't drunk for like 16, 17, I think 16 months now. I haven't had a drink alcohol, and at that point, I was regretting it a little bit because I was thinking everybody drink, the sun was shining, and that was one little temptation. But look, it was great seeing all the fans on Wembley Weir walking up. And we had a little talk and things like that. But
forgot how massive Wembley was, man.
The queues getting into the ground. I don't know what yours was like, but the queues getting into the ground.
It was awful. But to be fair, me and my mates got into the stadium about 45 minutes to kick off, maybe half an hour to kick off, and the queues were massive. We were up in the gods basically, so we had to go up a few escalators to actually get to where we needed to go. It was. I just was walking outside and I said to me, mate, how massive is this stadium? I'd forgotten how big it actually was.
Huge. It's absolutely huge.
And I think at that point, it really dawned on me just, wow, this game, playoff finals are literally all or nothing.
I know.
Your season is going to end after this game. It's just a question of whether it ends in jubilation or disappointment again.
Yeah. But it's obviously going
to lead on to the game. Thankfully, it was the former.
The game, the team selection was, I think it was obviously the right team selection. A lot of people said that
was it Clark for Embleton?
Clark should have started, but Embleton started the game. And do you think? I mean, these team selection had obviously proven that was right, but I think a couple of shaky moments at the back. A couple of shaky moments at the back, but with Bailey Wright and
Danny
Batt. But I think I think that was just a couple of shooting months, but I think we just once we settled down, I think it was pretty much all right, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, apart from the only two chances Wickham had on the day was when Bailey Wright, as you said, Bailey Wright mistimed the flight of the ball when it goes over his head, and Sam Vokes has that good chance that he should have scored.
Yeah.
And the other one was when Bailey Wright made a clearance down on our left-hand side, and Brandon Hanlon, you remember the ball ricochets off Bailey Wright and falls to Brandon Hanlon, and he runs down their left flank, but it's a shot straight at Patterson. That aside, what did Wickham do? And sorry, that's fine. And I'm not. And by the way, I'm not saying that to be disrespectful to Wickham. It's just that we controlled the game very well and marked them out of the game really well. We managed the game excellently, and really, and especially when I said, remember we had a conversation about this going into the game. The first goal was always going to be vital that we got it, because you imagine what it would have been like if Wickham had got the first goal, because then it would have been time wasting, doing all the dirty antics, all the stuff that we do. Yeah,
them getting the first goal and having something to cling on to and defending and just time, like you say, time wasting.
Which again,
we got the early goal, and I think it just
never looked back, did we?
Yeah, it calmed us down and set the tone, didn't it?
And help keeping a clean sheet was actually what helped us getting promoted. So it's more vital, and people. It's good to see people starting to realise the importance of them. But nevertheless, we were comfortable, and I'll tell you right now, I know this is freakishly weird for a Sunderland fan, but once we got the second goal, I knew we'd got it. I thought I could see us maybe conceding one goal, possibly one, but I thought we're not conceding two from this position.
So you thought at that point when
I thought so. I didn't want to say it because I knew I'm a very superstitious person, but I did think we've got this. And if you look at the chances we had on the break as well, Clark had a very good chance. Roberts had a good chance.
I was just talking
quality about... just told them, but that's what I mean, because we got in front. Wickham then had to come out and play, and it's like, right, that's fine. We just stay solid. Bang, ping, bang, one down the wing. Yeah, nearly scores. We had the better players, and it showed on the day.
Yeah, but anyway, like say, Michael, we won the game 2-0, and at the end of the game, I seen your video what you done. It was brilliant. You and Joel,
drunk Joel,
drunk.
Joel,
drunk.
Hashtag drunk Joel. Hang on, no, it's not right. Drunk Joel.
But even obviously the games that I stopped till the end, I didn't watch the trophy thing, obviously, but I clapped the players and this, that, and the other, and then I went outside. But that was being something great. Else as well. Was it lifting the trophy?
Well, that was, as you can imagine, that was why we came out as late as we did, because I wanted to soak in. I'm someone who, obviously, for my own channel, I like to get my videos out straight away as soon as possible. But that thought, no, I need to savor the moment and just really take it in. the fact that the words Sunderland are promoted to the Championship was just something I'd been wanting to hear for years, and it finally happened. But the atmosphere was incredible. It was great, and the main thing is for the likes of your Louise Wanless, your Graham Wright, of course, Michael Weggett, for everyone that we've lost, that sucks for them, and the tragic and the horrible thing is that they weren't there to experience it for themselves. But yes, you know what, that was for everyone we've lost, and it was. And you can know I'm going to say it was at least 3 years overdue promotion. We shouldn't have been in this league in the first place, but hopefully that's the last ever game down there for us.
That's the last time we ever
have to cover League One. The only time I want to cover League One is if we're playing the League One team in the cup or something. Yeah. Like I'd remotely mention it, but I do not want to be in that league again. Please no. Please no.
I know it was, but look, it was an unforgettable weekend. I loved the Trafalgar Square night. Like at times, I wonder why. Obviously, I quit the drink because people on Twitter say, "Why do you quit the drink?" And this, I never alcoholic or things. I just couldn't handle. I only used to drink twice a week, but I couldn't handle the next days. The hangovers were getting worse. And now I play football every Sunday, and obviously you drink on Saturday, you feel off on Sunday, you can't be bothered. Now I get up early every Sunday. I have some weighty bits, and I go play football, and I feel fit as anything. Apart from me back playing up a little bit, but that's the reason for.
Hang on then. Back massage.
Well, like you see, Michael, it was a great weekend, and we've done the objective, the minimum objective. We should have been the top two, but end of the Wembley thing. That now. Great weekend. It happened. We've got it to League One finally. We'll move on, and now we are a championship team. Yeah. Do you believe? Obviously, seeing the players what's come in, we'll go through that. Patty Roberts, I know me and you was over the minute, but that Jack Clark, the new guy. I'm not going to say his name because I'm going to. How do you pronounce this?
Which centre back are you talking?
The West Ham one,
Elise, yeah.
Agi Elise, right? So it's Clark.
Please tell me if that was wrong, by the way. But I think that's.
I always wait until Nick Barnes. When Nick Barnes says the names, I always score off when Nick Barnes says. I just copy him.
Yeah.
So
fair enough.
So
them three. Dan Ballard is another one.
I was about to say Dan Ballard. The centre back. The guys. I've said. I've never. Pre-season, I'm not really a lover of pre-season. I don't go to any of the games, to be fair.
Well, I went yesterday, so that was fun.
Did you?
Yeah.
You went down there?
Yeah, I went to Akron.
Oh, right.
To be honest, but I'm the same opinion as you. I'm not. Pre-season.
It's just about getting fitness up.
Just to kind of address this, I know some people have said that they're concerned. And look, don't get me wrong. We know we need more squad depth. We know we need more players, right? But I think people who are threatened because we lost yesterday or pre-season results, I think just take a chill pill, take a step back, and remember the perspective. But if we start poorly, more than fair enough. That's fine. Right. It's fair enough to worry.
Well, let's go for the results because I want to get your expert opinion on obviously the pre-season.
I will point out.
I know there's a lot of people on Twitter kicking off and saying this.
Yeah. I will point out before you say it. Only Rangers and Accrington are the only games I've been able to watch.
Right.
So I haven't watched all of them.
And that's fine. You haven't watched them, but just off the results, we beat Rangers last year. Beating the lights went out.
They still beat them. We'll play 45 minutes. It's fine. It counts. Yeah.
I'm more looking at the Roma game. Roma's the one that
one of the best sides.
Exactly. So forget that. It could have been different if Diaco passed the ball to Clark because he was through. He could have put it in.
We all know that was broadband,
But look at. We lost the game 3-0. Moving on to other games, the Bradford game. I don't know what happened in that game.
At best, though, 3 or 4 players of our starting 11 played that.
We didn't play a very strong team. The game yesterday, apparently, first off, we were great.
To sum it up, we had the chances to win it, and then like Alex Neil said, a dodgy 20 minutes basically had us lose the game. A dodgy penalty conceded and a dodgy goal from a set piece, but in general, I thought we were all right.
Michael, the guy, the coach is now setting the equipment up there, and he says there's something happening. And I went, no, I'm just doing a trial thing. He says, I know you're going to disagree with this. He said,
we're going to get relegated.
He reckons with this squad we've got now, we're going to struggle big time. Now, I want to get your views on that.
Without any more additions, I think it will be a fight.
Yeah.
It will be a battle to stay up. But at the same time, what we've got to remember is if we're really writing our season off now, then we have to write Wigan's off, for example, because Wigan have only signed, I think, 1 or 2 players. I think they've signed less players than we have. I might be wrong, by the way. Someone tell me if that is wrong, but I don't think they've added many additions. Yeah. Rotherham, I speak to a Rotherham fan on social media, and the mood around there is not happy at all. If you look at, is it Michael Smith and I can't remember what his first name is, but Hequay, the centre back who scored against us and for us. They've both left to go and join Sheffield Wednesday, who offered them more money in League One. Yeah. So that's concerning if you're a Rotherham fan. The other ones, Reading and Birmingham I think Birmingham have been taken over possibly, but Reading and Birmingham have got difficult situations behind the scenes. There could be transfer embargo, there could be a transfer points deduction even. So, yes, we need to add more.
Well, let's go for the team. Let's go for the team. Okay. Right. Patterson, would you start with Patterson in goal?
Yes.
Right. Patterson's your number one. Do we need another backup keeper?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We've only got one keeper at the minute. Well, because I count Kenny as under 20.
Morgan Graves. He's contracted United mind, so he can't.
Okay, no, that's fine. Well, right. Maybe we'll play him in goal for Coventry next week.
Right, so Patterson, you're happy with Patterson? You think you'll do all right in the Championship, right?
But another goalkeeper wouldn't hurt.
I was sitting at Jordan and Morgan earlier on, right? You've got right back. I mean,
we need a right back.
And Winchester can play there. Huggins can play there. But then,
no.
Do we need a new right back?
Yes. I think, well, Trey Hume's obviously there. I think Trey Hume should go out on loan for me because I very much doubt he's going to start regularly in the Championship. I've liked him, what I've seen of him, but he needs, if he's not going to get regular game time here, you need to get him out on loan and preferably to a good standard of League One.
So you say we need a right back?
Yes.
Right. So centre back, you think we're happy with it?
We've got Bart, Wright, Elise, and Ballard.
We've got four experience.
I think we're fine.
Left back, Sirkin.
Yes.
Have we got any
someone to compete? I like Sirkin, but we need someone to give him competition.
So we're going to need a backup left back.
Because remember, especially if you remember, going into the World Cup, we're going to have games every other midweek. And we need squad depth. So yeah, we need a right left back.
Midfield, you've got Corey Evans, Winchester, Mattetti, and O'Neill.
And Dan Neil.
So we've got 5. Do we need to improve in that? I was saying to Jordan and Morgan, somebody said on Twitter earlier on, Corey Evans, he has played in the Championship, but with the pace of the Championship, the quality's a lot better.
Yeah.
Do you think you can do it in the Championship? I think you might struggle a little bit.
Maybe not every game, but I think you could certainly add something. But I would like to see a very athletic, dynamic, combative centre mid, like a really just tough, big brick house of a centre mid.
Yes.
So I was going to say that. And I think if you look at it, right, I love 09, but I'm not entirely convinced that he would have got enough to play in the Championship regularly. But I'd love him to prove me wrong more than ever. Winchester. It's fine League One player, but I mean, to be fair to these guys though, if I have to watch them play in the Championship to see if they can do it.
I mean, there's a few.
But as of right now, my opinion right now, before the season starts, I don't think Winchester will cut it.
That's what I'm saying. There's a few of these players I'm thinking are they good enough? The Winchesters or Nyan, even though I like him. I
think Neil will be good enough if he plays. Evans, I think we'll definitely we could definitely use him as a good option. 09, I think same squad option. Mattetti I'd loan out personally. I think there's something in there, but I think he's a bit too raw for me at the moment, and he's certainly too raw for the Championship. So I would get him out on loan. Here's one. Do a swap deal with Plymouth. Get Panucci Kamara from Plymouth, and then loan them Mattetti as a replacement. There you go. There's a
you see one big
unit,
quality unit of a midfielder.
Like I call myself.
So
unit.
You see a right back. Did you see a right back?
Goalkeeper, right back, left back, centre mid. So far,
right. If we're playing a 4-2-3-1, you've got your Pritchard,
Clark, Robertson, Stewart.
So do we need anything around about there?
Unless one of Diamond and Diaku go, I don't think we need another winger at the moment. I'm not particularly a big fan of Diamond, I have to be honest. I don't think he's going to cut it.
I don't think so.
I think that the only good moment of quality shown was that goal against Lincoln, which was a good goal, to be fair. Yeah. But it was the initial buzz, I think, of adrenaline of having just played for the first team. Diaku, I don't have a strong opinion on one way or the other. I think he's fine. He's average. So I would ideally like another winger, but if we don't get, but I think there's other positions I would prioritise more than wing, but banana wingers personally.
Yeah, right. Obviously, I know for a fact, our squad, everybody, even a blind man can tell you, we've got one striker, and Ross Stewart's a good striker. I'm still not sure if he's going to be all that good in the Championship. I'm not. He put the graft in, he put the work in.
I'd say him,
but I'm not sure if he'll get you the goals. I think he misses a lot of chances. I'm not jumping on the. I'm not criticising. He had a great season last season.
He has missed chances, to be fair.
But in League One. Next season we're going to need a striker who's going to have one chance and put in the back of that net. And I'm not sure.
Broadband.
Broadband. He's been linked and this and that. So do you think we're going to need
two strikers? We need two strikers. We need a squad depth. I think Stewart will not get anywhere near 26 goals he got, including the playoffs? Yeah. He won't get anywhere near that. I think if he gets 10 to 15 in the Championship, bear in mind that's a much tougher standard. Yeah. I think he'll have done well. But I think his general off-the-ball stuff, I think, is what's going to be very important in the Championship. So I think he's going to be a crucial player, but I don't think he'll get as many goals. And for that, I think we need another couple of strikers. Broadhead, like we said, in League One, he was ruthless. Like I think it was SCFC David said this, and I agree with him. Broadhead was probably the best finisher at the club because I think he got 10 goals in League One and something like 20 appearances or whatever it is. So the issue is keeping him fit. If we did get him, by the way, but if we did get him, I think he would offer you enough when fit to justify signing him. So we need two strikers.
That's how I was going to see it. If we signed him, that's my little. The quality's there. He can definitely do it in the league above.
But that's why you need to get as many good depth as possible, isn't it?
It's if he's going to keep it.
So if we got Broadhead and Sims, who's just been mentioned there, what would you say to that? If we got them two.
Well,
so your options are Stewart, Broadhead, and Sims.
I think that'd be decent, but with Power, we haven't mentioned Power. Do you think he could be a good signing?
Potentially, I think he's a lower risk signing because it'll be a loan deal, won't it?
It's going to be a loan deal. Yeah,
if he's rubbish, then you can send him back.
So who do you think's the best at all? Then you mentioned there. Who do you think's the best at all? Then
okay, right. I've only watched, I think, one game of Ellis Sims and Paris. I watched Paris obviously against us. Sorry, 2 games against us for MK Dons.
Yeah.
Where he scored against us down there. To be fair, but that was down to a mistake. Good finish though. And up here, I didn't think he did that much, truthfully. Yeah. But saying that, Ellis Sims. Now this is off one game, so this is entirely what it is.
Yeah.
But off one game when he was at Blackpool. He and I watched them play Oxford in the League One playoffs. Then they won 3-0 down at Casam in the first leg. Yeah. He tore Oxford apart. He was really good.
You really rate him?
Based off one game, what I've seen, I like him, but I don't know what he's like over a sustained amount of games.
Yeah,
but I would have him. Yeah,
Michael, I think that's just about. I think I've gotten everything in there. I think we've discussed everything.
Yeah,
all in there in 45 minutes.
45 minutes. That's half time. It's half time. Second half next Sunday.
But I'll get you back in if you didn't mind. Just in about 5-10 minutes. Are you
yeah, that's fine. No, I'm not.
I just want to get this local celebrity in because he's been
Nathan Broadband in the building.
He's been waiting a while. However, then let's come in. He's back.
I'm back again. Hi, number one raver. Yes, I'm well. Similar on the charts now. I'm in the charts, rave and I'm in the record shops and all. Get the rave on. Bobby David singing. Bobby David playing. Bobby David singing. Bobby David sing. Joe with all band, broadband on the rave, broadband on the rave, broadband on the rave. Broadband. Oh, broadband.
Right, David. David's been a wild pal. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Move forward in the camera, so people can see you. The legend is back. Dave the Rave is back, and he's live as well. Dave, this is the first time.
Yes, I'm well famous and all, and like I'm saying, I've been on Soccer AM and all that, and I've been on singing all that. Been on the singing, been on there singing that and doing God's work. So let's hope we do well next season and that. And like the new players, what we signed and all. So I like Anthony Patterson. He's number one. We need a new goalkeeper for the championship and all. So let's hope we get back where we belong in the Premier League and all. And let's hope England do well on Tuesday night and all.
England, Dave. The Lionesses. I've got the shirt. I've got the shirt on. Lionesses. Let's get behind the women as well.
The women and winning on Tuesday. I hope we get the final on Tuesday. And so like England, it'll be tough for the final and all England singing all that.
Is it Tuesday the semi-final? Yeah. Tuesday. Everybody, let's get behind the women for the Lionesses. The semi-final, a chance to get to the final against Germany or France. It'd be great, wouldn't it?
It'd be tough in the final.
It'd be tough. They're good. Germany and France are good sides, aren't they? But do you think we're in there, Dave? Obviously, when you're talking about the Lionesses, do you think we'll win the semi-final?
I think it will be, but to be a hard game.
But you think we'll win in the final? You think we'll win? So football's coming home for the women.
I hope so.
Sean Gareth Southgate, I was done. Right, anyway, Dave, moving on to the last season and things. I mean, did you watch the game at Wembley?
I watched it in the town centre, in the fan zone in the town centre.
And what was it like? What was the atmosphere
like? It was really good. I was really buzzing. I was still on the high and that.
On the high.
Ross Stewart scored and singing that really good.
Are you betting him any raves, Dave? I haven't seen you for about 2 months.
I go all over.
You go all over? What was the last rave you went to?
I went at the one. Oh, I can't remember. Singing that. I'm one of them that had one in Digital Newcastle, the next one.
Oh, Digital Newcastle, but obviously the 2-0 victory at Wembley, Dave. I was in Trafalgar Square. Did you watch me streaming Trafalgar Square?
I watched them.
I wanted you. Everybody was asking where you were. I asked Dave to come down. I would have brought you down in the car. You could have stopped with us, Dave. But what did you see? You had the rave. He chose the rave over coming down to Trafalgar Square and the Wembley game.
Let's hope we get them where we belong in the Premier League. That's where we belong, really. Not this league and not League One. We belong in the Premier League.
That's well said, Dave. That's correct. I mean, Dave, we still need to bring some players in, though.
No, we need some stronger players.
Obviously, I think Michael's just pointing out there strikers. We need some strikers, don't we?
We need that. We just signed that West Ham player and that Arsenal player and that was thinking. He didn't play them. He didn't play them yesterday against Ashton and Stanley, you know. And then didn't play that West Ham. He should have been playing them.
What do you make of the pre-season, Dave? We lost against Bradford and happening, Stanley? Is that a little bit of a worry, or are you not concerned about that? It's just
I'm not really bothered about the friendlies. The league's more important.
So we've got Hartlepool, I think, tomorrow.
Hartlepool tomorrow,
and then Company next Sunday. Company next. That's the one that matters. The Company game.
Get them out the way first.
Get them out the way. Are you confident for the Company game? You think?
I'm going for 2-0 against Company next Sunday.
And would you like to see Nathan
Broadband? Nathan Broadband's having a raven and obviously Nathan Broadband. Get the raven. All Sunderland supporters sing it when the season starts. Well, I'll see you next week when the matches start. And God bless you all. Loves you all. And Jesus, I give you a blessing in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Dave, always a pleasure, Dave. Always a pleasure, my man. Always a pleasure, my man. Love you a bit, pal. I'll see you next Sunday. I'll be here before the game, and I'll be here after the game as well. So I'll get you on, mate. All right. Stay safe, buddy. All right. Take care, buddy. That's it. That's the legend, Dave. The Rave has been on. Yeah. He's back. He's back, and he's back. Dave, do a few little moves for you again, Dave. Oh yes, come on, Dave.
Remember, get a good internet.
Get a broadband on.
All right, see you next Sunday, pal. Take care, Dave. Right, anyway, I'll get either Jordan or Morgan Pickford who's coming in. Lads. Right. Jordan, you all right, pal? How are you doing?
I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry.
Get in the middle of camera, mate. Right. First of all, Jordan, you've got your own channel, haven't you? You're actually doing really well with your vlogs, aren't you? I think your views is getting right up there.
Yeah, me Sheffield Wednesday first leg just hit 6.9.
Absolutely brilliant. Nice lad, Jordan. Very quiet, but he's a good lad. And so go and subscribe to Jordan's channel, which is Geordie Boy
29. Geordie Boy 29.
29. Geordie Boy 29. Go and subscribe to Geordie Boy. Anyway, Jordan, thanks for taking your time out. The wind's picking up again. What have you been doing in the summer? Have you been just chilling out and relaxing or what?
Mostly just waiting for signings, really. Just the signings, the kits and a lot, but it's been fine.
I know we talked off before we went live, but obviously the new signings. I'll talk about the new signings. Yeah. And what's your feelings on the new guys?
I think the players we've got in, it is a good start. At least it's a new league, and it's shown that more players actually want to come to it now. Mm-hmm. More of the players. So it's better to get them in. I think we need, as you just said to Michael, we do need a lot more improvement, right backs, and we're definitely. I say we need 2 more strikers just in case. Yeah. But for the ones that we've got, I think they're doing well. Yeah,
going back in time, as I've done with Michael, the weekend, the great weekend down London. Did you go down on the Friday or did you go down on the Saturday?
I went down on the Friday for Trafalgar's win then.
Oh, I seen you in Trafalgar. I seen him in Trafalgar. He actually ordered the camera. Sorry, pal. And he actually ordered the camera for about 20 minutes. It was a great night with him, though, Jordan.
It was amazing.
It was brilliant. But one of the mics didn't. I put a lead in, and for some reason when I do the SC 15 lead, I paid £30 for. When I plug it in, when I do a live, it doesn't pick both the mics up. When I use the TRS to TTRS lead, it works. Now that's getting technical now. It's getting very technical now, and people are saying, "Show me not bothered." Right, anyway, I'll move on. But that's the reason why one lead does, one lead doesn't. I'll just go to the live chat and I'll get you back in, Jordan, because I've kept off the live chat for a while. I always like keeping everybody involved. See it, live chat, right? There's people donating money. Anyway, let's have a look at the comments. Right. Ian Everett, Bolton will do well. He's such a good manager. Starsky and Hutch, Michael and Shaun. See you and Joel at the Crown yesterday. Alex Neil has a better haircut than Gareth. Ian just said, DJ Sizzler. Dave, I hope you're all right, Dave. He hasn't been very well lately, Dave. But look, keep your chin up, son. We'll be going to a few away games, I'm sure, in the future. Even if you've got to have a bag, Dave, I'll hold it for you, mate. Don't be embarrassed, because I'll not be, and it'll be all right. Richie Stubbs, sorry, Sean, but I'm looking forward to the Sunday Punch at 6 p.m. as my house loves Wee Philly, but you're doing a canny job on this channel. That's fine, mate. I couldn't care less what them do. I'm not really bothered, but thanks for commenting and taking your time out to come on my channel as well. Signing Wonderwall at full time was special. Singing Wonderwall, sorry. sign of the season, Roberts. Andrew Flynn said I would. Andrew Flynn, who's a regular on the channel as well. I'd love to do that on to discuss the new season. Well, Andrew Flynn is going to be a part of our channel in the coming weeks, I'm pretty sure. Colin Major and Michael, we will be back at Wembley in the FA Cup final when we win against the Mags.
Hopefully.
That's over. That's very ambitious. Palace 79, I'm just writing them out. Where's the other way, but you've just seen he's been on. Lavin Kenny says goalkeeper, 2 fullbacks, 2 strikers, and 1 midfielder for me. David, top clubs throwing money around the champions to be champions in the Premier League, and we can't buy the championship. Tasty Tucker, we need another striker. Yes, we do. Defoe's just walked past, said Ethan SCFC, has he? I didn't see him.
Oh, no.
Thank goodness it's Patrick. Get the rave on. Adam French.
Oh, no.
What's Adam French has put Shaun and Bubbles a fun breaking news saying the dynamic duos. Holly Nixon says goalkeeper, 2 fullbacks, 2 strikers, and midfielder and a winger. Get the rave on says fans react. Dom watching in the background. We need a statue of Dave the Rave outside the thing. We certainly do. Come on the line, as it says Lauren Kenny. Well said. Of course, let's everybody get behind them. Very quiet, says Lauren Kenny. Patrick's donated 179. Thank you for that, pal. And I'm up to date with all the comments.
No,
thanks for having Dave there. A dear. Stephen Flanders says, Shaun, certain we will sign Broadhead. I'm sure we will. We can all dream, Shaun. So there you go. I'm up to date. I'm up to date with all them. Brilliant. Right. Where were we game Trafalgar Square? We're talking about Jordan moving the camera. And we've been going for 56 minutes now, so I'll just do a little bit more with you and then Jordan and we'll wrap it up. But remember, hit that like button, share it if you can on the social media platforms. We're just talking gibberish about Sunderland, EFC, the club that will love Jordan, and at the club that will love to hate. Anyway, like you see about the players, we're going to need to bring more players in, aren't we? Let's be honest. I mean, Michael mentioned a couple there. I think for me, I don't think we'll buy a right back because I think Niall Huggins will play there, Winchester, Owen Iron, so I don't think that it'll be prioritised. I think we might bring a left back as cover. A midfielder and 2 more strikers. I think there'll be 4 more players coming in. Yeah. Will that be enough, Jordan?
I mean, looking back at the results that we've just had, friendlies are friendlies. I think whether we win or lose them, it's going to give him an opportunity to find out where he's went wrong, or if that player isn't improving in that match, or this or that. But I think if we get a few more signings, I think it will improve. But looking at the results that has just went, it has lowered it because I thought top 10 for us, but now looking at it, I think around 15th. I think
is that what you think?
Around about that, I think for us. But whether we go there or not, I'd rather it'll be the same for all the years as well. We'd rather have 2 or 3 years in this league than back down League One.
You have the opinion next season if it's about staying up, or do you think consolidation mid-table? Will you be happy with just staying up, or do you think that's a bit negative being a Sunderland fan?
Do you know what? I'll be honest, as long as if we stay up,
so you're saying stay up, and that's even if we're in a relegation fight. I think that's acceptable.
Not in the relegation fight, no.
Just come down mid-table. Consolidation.
A comfortable fight hitting there. I'd say about 14th, 15th, yes.
So where do you think we'll finish next season?
Well, I did say 12th to begin with.
So exactly, I think it's 24 teams in the championship. So exactly halfway.
I'd say about 14th, 15th.
14th, 15th. Yeah.
And that's with the signings that would hopefully be getting in.
I'll go through the team because I've done it with Michael. Right. Goalkeeper, are you happy with Patterson as number 1?
Like I said earlier, I'd get another goalkeeper in, but I'd say Patterson.
So another keeper's back up.
Yep.
Right. Are you happy with the right back situations? I think.
No, we need to get more in.
Right. So you need a right back. I think centre backs. I'm sure all Sunderland fans will be unanimous in seeing that. I think we've got enough cover in the centre back positions now. Would you believe that? I think that's right.
I think having Bailey Wright or that. Who's the new one we just signed?
Alicia.
Bollard. Have Wright or Bollard in the back, and I think we'll be fine on that one.
Yeah.
Or even that Danny Bath, whatever.
Yeah. So we've got plenty of cover. So left back, do you think? Certain? Do you think we need cover left back or not?
Left back, yes. I would like to see that Thompson in from that Portsmouth. I don't know if he's still there or if he's even a left back. But
yeah. So you think we need cover left back?
Yeah.
I know we talked about this before, but I'm just because it's live now. So just coming in a second. Corey Evans. He was a unsung hero, I thought, in our long run at the end of last season. I thought he'd done really well, and he has got championship experience. But you think he's going to be able to do it week in, week out in the Championship?
Not week in, week out. No, I think if they rotate him in some games, yes. Like he done great at the back end of last season, and he done well to guide the team to like Wembley and stuff. So keep in rotation.
Yeah. So looking at the midfielders, because we've got Corey Evans, Winchester, Matete, O'Nien, and Dan Neil. That's the 5. Yep. So for me, we've got enough midfielders. But is somebody going to be loaned out? Maybe Matete loaned out, or even I don't know, somebody loaned out and then bring somebody. I think we're going to need a midfielder. I really do.
I think probably, I don't know if anyone agrees, or like probably bring Matete or Dan out on loan to try and get at least a bit, like to get them a bit more experience and bring in some like more stronger players.
Yeah,
because I like the look of Luke O'Nien like in that midfield, but he just seems a bit too aggressive at times. Like you've seen against Roma, a bit too aggressive, and he gets a few calls. But I think he can. I think he could do a little bit of a job.
O'Nien, for me,
he's a bit too unpredictable at times.
But he can play it in a lot of positions. I think that's why he's always good. He's always a plus because he can play left back, he can play right back, he's played centre half, he's played midfielder, defensive midfielder, he played left wing, he played right. He can play in a lot of positions, and that's a lot. It's good to have when you start getting injuries. You can slot in there, and I think there's no way O'Nien will be going out on loan. I can't see it.
I think that's where O'Nien and Winchester does better because obviously if we've seen both of them play centre back and then right back. So I think whether we get right backs in or not, we have got that reinforcement there, but that means we're going to have to get a midfielder in.
Yeah.
But that gives then the opportunity to probably get a stronger midfielder in.
Yeah, so it's going through the midfield. So you think Corey Evans is good enough for the Championship?
Like in a rotation wise, not every week.
Like, but you think he's right? Matete?
Loan.
Winchester?
Yes.
Dan Neil?
I'd say him for rotation.
O'Nien?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a mixed view there. Yeah. Like looking at the attacking side of if we play the 4-2-3, which I think Alex Neil prefers, you've got Pritchard will definitely start.
Yeah.
You've got Roberts and Clark. And then do you think you're looking at them to have a good season in the Championship, or do you think we're going to need more?
Clark and Roberts, I think, are going to be definite first team players because then we've got like
Emberton. Sorry, I didn't mention Emberton, but
and then we've got Diato as well, which I think are good backups. But I don't think I've seen enough of Diato to agree or disagree.
So looking at them 5, so sorry I mentioned Emberton. You got Emberton, Diato, Roberts, Clark, and who was the other one?
Pritchard.
So them 5.
Yep.
I guess go through them. Do you think them 5's all good enough for the Championship?
Do you know what I actually think they are?
Yeah. Pritchard's done it in the Premier League.
I think they're all decent, but I'm 50-50 on Diato.
Right, so 50 on Diato, Emmerton.
Yeah, I think he's.
You think he's good enough?
Yeah, I think he's going to do Pritchard, Roberts, and Clark. I think they'll all do something.
So you're happy in that position.
Yeah.
So let's go into the strikers position. I think that's the one what a lot of Sunderland fans is a little concerned about.
Yeah.
We haven't got we've got one striker in Ross Stewart.
Yeah.
And I will say this again: Ross Stewart had a great season. I didn't write him off. I didn't think he got 20 goals. He got 26, and he had a great season. And it's his work rate in the Championship, though. Will he be good enough for the Championship, Jordan?
You've got to look at what he's done and what he hasn't done. It's like what you and Michael just said. He has missed a lot of chances. I do think getting 2 other strikers in. I think Broadhead and.
You were about to say Broadband.
Yeah. I know.
I was trying to say, but I thought, nah. Don't get started about Luke away. I'd ask Morgan. I think if we manage to get Troy Parrott in and Broadhead, I think that'll be enough. I think that'll be enough.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
I think that Troy Parrott's he did MK Duns. He had a good season, and there's a lot of people saying good things about him. Do you think that is the answer, or would you look elsewhere? I mean, Broadhead. We're not Broadhead. What he can do. He's a class above,
and he's a bit injury prone as well.
That's the only thing. That's the only downside.
That's a bit of the thing about it. Parrott, I think it'll be less of a risk with him being a lone move, but if we can't get Parrott, I'd still, if Parrott's still on with radar, still look about. Like it's like we took loads of time trying to get Defoe in and he left, but like we can't be doing that again. Still for Parrott, we've got to like try and look at more options while that's still going on. So we've at least got a lot more options.
It seems like we're doing the same thing what we did last season with Speakman. I think Speakman did a good job with the recruitment side. We took our time, very patient. But the players he brought in, I think in the end, it's probably I think that's the reason why you needed a good manager as well, and the manager put them into place. But I think in the window, I think it was a decent window. It was just was done in stages. You think that's maybe what Speakman KLD is doing, and Alex Neil's doing this time again?
It's like we're getting the best options in, or what them seem the best options is, but it's going too slow. Or if it's like a sign we're leaving this the last minute, and it's
further things to be done quicker.
Is now the championship we can't be lacking that needs to be done quicker.
And the window Michael. The window shuts on September the 1st, isn't it? Is that right? I think I got told 31st of August. Aye. So you've got another. You look at it, John. You've got 5 weeks. Yeah. But there's a lot of Sunderland fans that are a bit impatient. I sort of didn't get involved in that, but a lot of Sunderland fans get impatient, especially on social media. Yep. Where's the signs? Do you think it'll just come over time, Jordan?
I do think we'll get some in, but it's like what you've just said. I feel like it's going to happen again, where it's just going to be the slow process. Because I know someone asked him, I think it was last night's game, if they were getting more signings in or any updates, and he said no.
Yeah.
That could be him being kind, to be fair, man.
Could be. But at the end of the day, we still need to get loads in. But it does seem like it's going to be another slow process, but we just can't be having it like that.
So where do you see again? Because I want to get Michael's. I'll get Morgan. Where do you see we're finished? Would you see 15th?
About 15th.
Nice. I'll see 15th. So right, I'll get you right. Thanks for your time, Jordan. Much appreciated. Cheers, buddy. Right, I'll get Morgan in. Morgan Pickford. Morgan Greer. Drinking his prime.
Hashtag drink prime.
Right, I'll just go to the. Right, Morgan, get you in.
Yeah, we're in there. Yeah.
Right, spot on. Stop. Right, no, stop. Right, stop still there. Stop there. Don't move. Right. No, Morgan. Right. I'm gonna just read the comments out again because, and I'll get your views. And now we're going through the same thing, guys. And just after we've done with Morgan, I'll wrap it up. But thanks for the people. I think I don't know if I mentioned, but Patrick donated 179 in the chat, so much appreciate that. Hello, Sean says Marion Trowels. Peter George, it'll be interesting to see how far we are in the championship this year. Hopefully, a successful season will be finishing mid-table and strengthen from there. Lauren Kenny, I'd take mid-table. Steve Flemings, so would I, Lauren. I prefer Bailey Wright over Evans any day as captain. That's a debatable one, like. Get the Stanley keeper. He was impressive yesterday, says David. Harley and Nixon, we need 7 new signs, I think. Bold statement. Ryan says singing that. Lauren Kenny, thoughts on Doyle going to Coventry? That was a bit of a shock, wasn't it? I mean, it's probably good for him, but whether or not he could have come back and done it for us, I'm not sure if Alex Neil actually fancied him, to tell you the truth. We need Yann Villa at Boston midfield, lads. We have a skillful, but too short, and no physical presence. Of course, Lauren Kenny says, of course he does, partly 100%, but his attitude lets him down. AJGA deadlines, 1st of September, so plenty of time to add the coming crop. How's your marzipan drink, Morgan?
That's Connie.
And Joanne Puncheon says, well done. I'm not sure what she's referring to there, but she's got her hands up, so thanks for that. Right, anyway. We've been going for an hour and 8 minutes. I don't know what the connection's been like, but if anybody's watched it from the start to the finish, I'm pretty sure the connection has been perfect because on match days, you've got loads of people kitting about using the 3G, 4G and 5G, but when you're doing it live now, there's not many people around. But if any of you in there who's being watched from the start to the finish, can you tell us how the connection's been in the live chat? I'm pretty sure it'll have been spot on. I don't think it'll have buffered once, but let's see what people see, and I'll keep an eye for it. Anyway, Morgan, get you in now.
There we are.
Morgan, me cameraman.
Yes.
Is it good to be back?
Yeah, brilliant to be back. Missed it.
Aye.
Can't wait for the season to start next week.
Can't wait till the season starts.
No, I'll say down Hartlepool tomorrow for the last pre-season game.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to that.
Yeah. And just a quick thing there, Colin Midge says perfect. Patrick says connection has been perfect. Joanne Puncheon says good connection. So I thought Joanne would have says absolutely brilliant, but she says good. You can see me top the wind's blown really at the wind's pretty strong. So yeah, the connection's been great. Like you're in my living room, says Patrick. Harley Nixon says, so the connection's been brilliant. But like you see it on match days, it does change. But back to you, Morgan.
Yes.
Let's go to obviously what you've been doing in the summer. You've been good.
Drinking loads of this.
Drinking loads of Prime.
Yeah.
Advertisements for
KSI and Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, the one and only Logan Paul.
So me and Jordan's down there next month for the KSI's fight against Alex Wasabi. So best believe we'll be drinking quite a bit of it.
Right.
Anyway.
So going to we're going to go back to the
football.
The football. The season, obviously. I don't want to go on about it too long because we might as well went through from the start to finish. But I will go to. I'll skip it all the way through. Obviously, Lee Johnson, just quickly, briefly. Lee Johnson, do you think it was the right call and being sacked? Yes, it was the right call.
Yep.
What cost him his job, do you think?
I'm not too sure, to be honest, but as I said, all the beatings that we got, like,
you think that's what it was?
Michael already covered it. There's no excuses. It's the
6-0, the 4-0, the 3-0s, getting
the 5-1s.
Getting pumped,
it's inexcusable, especially at this level.
Yeah. But anyway, we've got Alex Neil as the manager. Obviously now we can see him because he goes promoted.
Yeah.
It was the right call. I said at the time it was the right call. You could see it was.
I remember, I think it was after the when we beat Fleetwood at home, someone saying, "Oh, you got Johnson sacked. Are you happy now?" or something like that. What now? What now?
You go. That guy who says to me, he says you got the Johnson sack, you silly little you went there. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Do you know what he deserves for that?
Yeah. There you go. I'm glad you brought it up, man. You got Lee Johnson sacked.
You happy you got Lee Johnson sacked? Well, yeah, we are now.
A small little YouTube channel, as myself and the other guys who was on the channel got Lee Johnson sacked. Yeah, okay. Right, anyway, moving on.
We'll take all credit for it now that we're off.
Alex Neil obviously was a successor. Obviously his previous jobs, Hamilton, he got them promoted and he done well at Preston and Norwich. You got Norwich promoted to the Premiership.
Norwich promoted to the Premier League.
Yeah, he had nothing to spend. He had nothing to spend, no money.
Yeah. Same with Preston. I think he got them their highest championship finish since I think 2006.
Yeah.
So he got promoted with us without a transfer window.
Yeah.
So I think it was one defeat in 18, was it?
Yeah, I think it was, including the playoffs and the Wembley game. Yeah, it ended up being one defeat in the 18. That is, it's phenomenal.
That's it. Absolutely phenomenal. Again, especially without a transfer window.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, without a transfer window. And this is his first transfer window. I'm just hoping that we haven't mentioned this, Morgan, but I will mention it now. I mean, people said these things on social media, and you don't really. Do you think Alex Neil is happy with the way things is going, or do you think inside he'd be saying he wants more players in, or do you think he's not happy?
I'm not too sure. I think he will want more players in because I think he knows that we'll need more. I just don't think he'll be admitting it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he said after the Accrington game last night, "Oh, getting any more players in?"
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And I'll say we know. Hopefully anyway, we will get a few more players in.
Yeah.
I say we'll desperately need it, especially. I think for me, another goalkeeper's needed.
Yeah.
Another Alex Neil, if you're watching, give us a bell. No, I think another goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe even 2 right backs.
Yeah.
So I know I've got like Gooch or 9 Winchester who can play there, but they're not like out and out right backs. The only one we've got is Tri-Hume. And again,
Niall Huggins can play left and right.
But... Oh yeah, forgot about him.
But I forgot about Tri-Hume, to tell you the truth.
I forgot about Huggins.
Well, so you've got Tri-Hume and you've got Niall Huggins.
I say if we've got Niall Huggins, then send Tri-Hume out on loan and bring in like a proper out and out right back. So we've got a right back and Huggins.
So effectively, you look at it and speaking and KLD, you'll be thinking and Alex Neil, you've got Huggins can play there, Tri-Hume, Winchester and Gooch, no nine. 5 people. So we're not going to bring a right back and you look at that. So just
I say it'd be nice to bring one in just so we've got like cover for like just in case one of them gets injured or so.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I say a left back for competition was Dennis Serkin.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like we'll definitely need another 1 or 2 strikers we're
definitely with Ross Stewart.
Because
with 100%.
I say if Ross Stewart picks up an injury, we're screwed.
Yeah, it's coming.
So
obviously we're jumping a little bit here because I was talking about Alex Neil, but we've jumped to the thing. But now you brought it up. If we're talking about the right back, centre back, I think you find centre backs. I think we've got.
I think centre backs were okay. I I think my mate was saying like he's heard a couple of people complain about, I don't think Bailey Wright could cut it in the Championship. You forget he's played here in the Championship with Bristol City before.
Yeah.
Then again, that was under Lee Johnson as well. So
look at Bailey Wright. He's a good League One defender, and then I think I think there's a lot of people saying this, even in our fans react chat. I think Bailey Wright, he's done a good job, but I think he's got a mistake, and I think even if he starts next Sunday, once Dan Ballard gets into the rhythm of things, he'll be starting, and so will that.
Elise.
Wait till Nick Barnes says his name and I'll think, but they'll be our centre backs for me. But left backs, you think we're looking a little bit light in that position?
Yeah, we need a left back.
Yeah,
like I say, we've only got one.
Dennis Cirkin. So we're going to cover there. And you go to the midfield. We've got 5 midfielders.
So 09, Matete,
Corey Evans, Winchester. No, we're missing.
What else was it?
Missing somebody there.
Did you say Winchester?
So Winchester 09.
Winchester 09.
Yeah.
Dan Neil.
Dan Neil, yeah. Danny.
That's the 5.
So at the 5, I mean, obviously all them 5s is not going to be. You would see it not good enough in the Championship.
No.
So we're going to need midfielders, aren't we? We're going to need at least one midfielder.
Oh yeah.
But who do you think of all of them can do it in the Championship?
I think Dan Neil could.
Yeah.
I think Corey Evans. He's got championship experience. I think Neil and Evans could. Mm-hmm. I'll say Winchester. I'm not too sure if he could. I hope he proves us wrong. But then again, we signed him from a. Fair enough, he done a good job for us in League One. Yeah. Plus, he was signed him from a League Two club. Yeah. So stepping up the Championship could. We're
going to see. We're going to see that these players. Just 2 seconds more, because I think what's he called? Dom sends a message. That's what he said. It's been fine. Cheers, Dom. Yeah, I thought you seen that up. I will. I'll just get Michael in after I've done my Morgan, and we'll wrap it up. But so you have the 5. Who would you see again?
Neil and Evans.
That's what you think will definitely be good enough. So you think 09, Winchester and Matete, you're not sure about them 3?
I'm not too sure about Matete. I'd send Matete out on loan. Right. Because he's still a very young lad.
09 and Winchester, you're unsure on the fence.
09. I can say 09 Winchester. I'm not too sure about.
So you'd see.
I'd love to see 09 succeed in the Championship.
So you'd see we need a midfielder.
I'd say another one midfielder. Right. Yes.
If we're playing the 4-2-3-1, which you would imagine, with Alex Neil, the 3 attacking, we've got Clark, Roberts, Pritchard, Embleton, and Diaco. That's a 5. So of them, do you think all of them could do it in the Championship? Or who are you unsure about? Because
there's one that I don't think would work in the Championship. One I don't think will work, and that's Diaco.
You don't think Diaco?
I don't think he could.
You're definitely right. So I'm not sure about Diaco. So Embleton is the one I'm a bit on the fence. Embleton.
Yeah, understandable as well, because he's never played this high of a level before.
Blackpool got promoted, then he got
promoted with Blackpool.
1 year only come back to Sunderland. Yeah. So Emily not sure. Diaco, Pritchard, Robertson, and Clark.
Pritchard, Robertson, Clark. I'm happy with those.
You think I'm free to be fine? But so do you think we need anything more in that area? Another midfielder.
So maybe one, but I think overall we'll be fine.
So you'll be fine, right? Go in the striker positions, Morgan.
Another 2.
Another 2. So do you think Stewart can do it in the Championship?
Possibly, because we've seen him in League One. His work rate is exceptional.
Yeah.
For a striker, I'll say he's on the left, he's on the right, he's all over the shop. I say his work rate's one of the best that we've had in a striker.
He's finishing sometimes a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, look at even the first leg against Sheffield Wednesday. He was lucky to get that rebound.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. So you see 2 strikers on.
I'd say another 2 strikers.
Yeah. And then so altogether,
a goalkeeper,
back up,
left back,
2,
centre mid,
yeah, and 2 strikers. 5 new signings.
At least 5.
At least 5. We've got 5. We've got 5. You see 5 more players in 5 weeks to do it, and then you'll be happy. Right, I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
Where we're going to finish in the Championship season.
I've actually gone us to finish bang in the middle, 12th.
12. Well, Jordan says 15th, so he's roughly the same thing.
Yeah, as I said, I don't think we'll make a push for playoffs. I know some people have said, Sunderland could be like a dark horse.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Don't get us wrong, it'd be lovely to.
It'd be great, wouldn't it?
But, I don't want to be in a relegation battle.
Do you know there's a lot of you see people who see it just surviving in the Championship is a negative thing on social media.
To be fair, I was saying that after we beat Wickham. Stay up next season and I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as we're not in a relegation battle, just consolidate, just like mid-table, maybe lower end, but not too low. But wait, what was that, Michael? Dirty boy.
Right. Anyway, that's about it, Morgan. We've talked about the where you think we'll finish. We didn't get to the Wembley weekend. What do you make of the Wembley weekend?
Best weekend of my life.
That was brilliant.
Trafalgar Square, unbelievable. The fireworks going off, all the smoke flares, the crowds, the chanting.
Something else, wasn't it?
It was unbelievable. Also, I was glad to get down there because obviously the checker trade against Portsmouth. Obviously, I went down on the day and straight back after the game. Yeah. So I didn't go down for the Charlton game. Obviously, Tranmere were in lockdown. Yeah. So just experience the Trafalgar takeover was unbelievable. It was
unbelievable.
Unreal.
It was an experience that'll stay with us for a long time.
Forever, yeah.
For a long time. Right, see you where them tubes getting the trains. They were a bit of a nightmare, weren't they?
Yeah, I think we got on one of the wrong ones.
Oh no, that was still on.
Whose fault was that?
No, that was fine. Dave Puncheon and James. They've rode all the way down just to get on the stream, and he's just
dedication.
That's dedication for you. James Charwood, who's on Twitter, he's not on Twitter now, and Joanne's husband, Dave Puncheon. Well, what it was, I thought that James, because he lived down there, obviously he'd know where the trains and stuff like that, the tubes, where we were going. But Dave Joanne says Dave's really good with things like that. So I was in the middle. But then I said, Dave, in the tube, I said, Dave, James is from my 18, that's where he's going. Dave is of the opinion that James took us the wrong way. People gone past. So I'm not sure anyway, but Dave says that James took us the wrong way. James says that Dave took us the wrong way. Anyway, I'm not sure who to blame, but it was a great weekend anyway. When on the Friday when we went to Trafalgar Square, we did get off the stop. I think the stop before we should have. So and Dave did get us off at that stop. So I'm thinking that might have been Dave's fault. I don't know, but anyway, who cares? It's irrelevant now.
Exactly.
It was a great weekend, and we got promoted. So that's about it, Morgan. Yeah. Thanks for taking your time out, Paul.
No bother at all.
I'll see you next Sunday. You'll be here.
Yes. I'll be here.
You'll be here for the live
to watch us smash Coventry.
The live stream. We'll be doing live. We'll be doing live stream.
No, I don't think we'll be Coventry. I reckon a draw.
You reckon a draw? Yeah. We've been going for an hour and 22 minutes. Everybody says, Shaun Puncheon's not in the mood for brilliant. Oh, okay. Right. Good. Yep. Seems like the connection's been brilliant. So basically, thanks for everybody what's tuned in. It's been a good stream. I'm not sure if it'll work as good next Sunday because, like you see, it's the amount of people what's kicking about. Could be a problem, but I will get Michael in one more time because I want to get Michael's opinion on where we're going to finish. Michael, I forgot to ask you. Michael Bowers in one more time.
So what are we saying? Top of the league by Christmas?
So I forgot to ask you about that, Michael. See, we bring the players in much requires and things like that.
Which very quickly, on that, because I said with Speakman, I think he deserves more credit than he's getting among a portion of the fan base because people act like, where people say Alex Neil saved Christian Speakman. I disagree with that. Let's not pretend Alex Neil had a bad team to work with because he didn't.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think Alex Neil did well to get us right mentally to go up. But let's protest. He had a good team. Come on. He had players that should have been getting promoted, and that's down to Speakman. Yeah. But sorry, go on. You were saying with this season. I just wanted to get that in there.
I was going to ask people's opinions as well about us doing a show every Sunday, Michael. Obviously, if you're available, that is.
Oh. No, I mean, well, next Sunday won't be.
Well, that's because
we're in that place.
That's because we'll be here. But
well, then again, before the game. That's true. Pre-match show.
Will you be here for the pre-match? But
Michael, yes, of course.
Would you be up for doing a live show on every Sunday at 1 o'clock? Might as well ask you now. You don't have to. You don't have to see it now. It's up to you.
I'd certainly be up for coming here on Sundays. Don't know about every Sunday if I'd be available.
It starts getting freezing in the winter and things like that.
Well, yeah, that has to be love for it. But yeah, no, it'll be quite a good feature. Just come here to the stadium and then talk about how we're like six. Me
wear my woolly hat, me big coat on.
And talk about how we've improved on last year in the championship with a 23rd place finish. All we have to do is not finish bottom, and we've improved already.
Right. But like you see, Michael, see, we'll bring the players in what's required. All time at anyone. Why do you think? I mean, I've asked Jordan and Morgan. Jordan says 15th. Morgan says 12th. Where do you think we'll finish coming into
if
the
I had to
championship
put a position, I'll say 14th. I'll go right in the middle.
It's gone right in the middle.
Yeah, but I think as well, I think the funny thing is, it's only because if we were still in League One, I should have took the mic, didn't I? And gone, well, we finished top of the league and win the Papa John's. Oh wait, we're not in that league anymore. I think it's funny because in League One there was a unanimous consensus on what the goal was, which is to get promoted.
Yeah.
In the chat, I don't know, I asked a couple of weeks ago from your own live stream that what's the goal for this season, and the variety of answers was very intriguing. Where some people said go up, some people said stay up, some people said playoffs, some people said top half, consolidation. Yeah. For me, consolidate. I'd be disappointed if we just survived. I would like to be a little bit better than that.
Yeah.
When you balance the size of the club, but also that we are a promoted side.
Just coming up. But do you think, because a lot of people on Twitter saying, I think you were arguing with a guy, I forget his name now. Oh, is it Terence something?
Oh, is this when he said that we should be
aiming to get promoted?
Yes, long term, I agree with him.
Yeah, but not next season. And tell you reasons if he's watching, tell you reasons why. Just come in, Michael.
Fine. Hello, Terence. How are you doing?
It's Michael's opinion and respect.
Yeah.
Respect people's opinion.
No, he was respectful to me. Yeah. No, I get what Terence means. Like in the championship, in the grand scheme of things, Sunderland should be aiming to get promoted. However, but realistically, in your opinion, do you think realistically promotion is going to happen? No. Next season? Right. Well, really. I know.
My dad seems
don't convince me. My dad seems to
think we're going to get promoted. But honestly, hands on me, the squad at the moment, I think it's around about, for me, a squad at the moment around about mid-table, to actually what you said, mid-table just look. I think if we get 5 signs in, what we've all discussed, if we can get the 5 signs in, what we need, a couple of strikers.
I think we'll get good signings.
I think we can push and to try and get in the playoffs. That's my honest opinion.
There's no reason why. It might be down to momentum.
But it's going to be a case of who we're getting the next 5 weeks. That's going to be the factor.
That's true. If you look at Luton and Huddersfield, like for example, last year they didn't spend much money and got in the playoffs. But my argument is right. If you look at it this then.
Good point, Morgan. Good point.
It is a good point. Good point. Well, I would say in response to it though, the championship for me, I think League One. Sorry, I'm going to swear again. League One, shite. I'm sorry. The quality I think is shite. It's not good. The Championship is anything but. The Championship actually has a good. And by the way, I know that obviously there's big clubs in League One that shouldn't be there. But my point is, as a standard of football, I don't think it's that good. Whereas I've said before, I said to you after Wembley, the Championship for me is the opposite of that. I think the Championship actually has some good teams and it actually has some good quality. At least maybe I'm saying that because I've watched League One for 4 seasons. Yeah. But my opinion is, you've got to look at the clubs that have been well established. Coventry next week. They're no mugs, by the way. They're a well-established Championship team. They've got pace, they've power about them. Yep. Mark Robbins is a good manager. But you've got 3 relegated clubs: Norwich, Burnley, Watford. You've got Sheffield United, Middlesbrough, West Brom, Stoke, a team that's underperforming. There's Swansea up and coming with Russell Martin, Luton last year, Huddersfield last year in the playoffs. Yep. You've got a lot of really good teams in the Championship, and we are still. Balance out the fact we are Sunderland, because people can say like it or not, the size of the club does generally make a difference, I think. But because I said I think we'll do better, and I'm going to put my neck on the line here. I think we will finish above the likes of Wigan and Rotherham quite comfortably. I think providing Rotherham. I feel for Rotherham actually, but on the condition we get the players we need to. Yeah, obviously. But
I think Rotherham. I think you said this, or somebody said they're too good for League One. We're not good. Not good enough for the Championship.
The Norwich of the Premier League, aren't they? Well, Norwich in the Fulham. To be fair. Yeah, but I think I've got time for Rotherham to be fair. But but if you look at I think for me, just consolidate. I think you've got to look at this as a long-term thing. And I actually hope, I know some fans will want to get promoted straight away. And of course, it would be lovely, but let's be honest, I think long-term promotion is the expectation. But for me, that's not going to. I think it's about a 3 to 5 year project, and I think within 5 years be back in the Premier League. And I think that's a realistic.
I was going to say 3. I was going to say 3 years.
Well, fine, 3. We'll say it's between 3 and 5 then. I would say if it took 5 years, I would say by the end of the 3rd season, I'd want to be a top 6 side at that point. But we need to make sure we re-establish and consolidate first. So it's weird going into this season. It's cheers, lad. It's kind of
it's we're just to come first.
You're dedicated, mate. Dedication. Honestly, but this season is funny because going into it's an unknown really, because there's not as much expectation. I'd like to think some fans, there'll be more patience among the fans if there's going to be more patience among the fans if we're seeing progression each season, because it's not League One. As long as we're not in danger of getting relegated, then I think there'll be patience there. But for me, next season, just make sure you finish well above the relegation zone. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, well, like you say, Michael, I always like to see.
But if we finish it, but the playoffs would be nice. I'll give you that.
I always appreciate your input.
I'd imagine back-to-back playoff final wins.
Imagine that.
Oh my God.
Playoff final win against Borough.
Oh,
yeah.
That gets it going, doesn't it?
Was it with Borough? When we drive down the United and we'll go past Borough, yeah, just a small town in Yorkshire.
Small town in Yorkshire. And and the best bit, like Morgan said, was when Shaun was going, Lee Johnson's Railway Army, hey, Borough. Lee Johnson's Railway Army. And Shaun knows, I use that clip on him all the time. Lee Johnson's Railway Army. Jack Ross's Railway Army.
It looks like it's going to rain, so I think we
better end this.
I think we've done it at the right time. But I just want to say a massive thank you to obviously Michael Bowers. He's been obviously we're talking 45 minutes. He's
we're 2 an hour and a half. Jesus Christ.
Expert analyst. I love Michael's input. But Michael, would you be up for doing I'm not going to talk about it in the WhatsApp. But would you be up for doing a Sunday show every Sunday, or do you just want to maybe just talk about it privately? Or
I can mention it to you privately. I'm certainly up for doing it if you want, but obviously I can't guarantee every Sunday. It just depends. Do it now. Okay, that sounds
it's something me and Michael could do a show. We'll start with something that I talk about, but I think somebody was right. Anyway, Stephen Flynn says, Shaun, are you doing a show on a Friday? Fans React Friday will return obviously next Friday. Obviously this Friday coming to Tuesday for the game. I'm just sort of taking a back seat from the Fans React Friday. That'll be more like the other guys. I'm trying to probably do a show myself if I can. Like as I've mentioned with Michael doing a show with me and Michael on a Sunday.
But to be fair, we'll do one next Sunday before the game.
Oh, we're doing the live stream before next Sunday. But I mean, like,
I know what you mean. Like on a Sunday when there's not a game.
I want to do what I mean. We'll talk about it in the WhatsApp. But I'll be willing to do one with Michael on a Sunday at 1 o'clock every Sunday because it's the day after the games, and then obviously it's talking about the game. David agreed. Minimum 5 minutes quality players. Just make sure I've kept up with the live chat. But thanks for everyone
thanks to everyone who's watched by
in the live chat. Win as many games as you can. See where it takes us. Great game. We should flip a coin. Yep. So that's about it, guys.
That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. Get to 50 points first and then go from there.
Thanks for tuning in. I'll just see if Dom's in the background still. Dommy in the background still. And I'll let you do the countdown. It sends a message and I'll say pop. Yep. He's just meant a message. There's a message there. So I'll click on that. That should be him. Yes, he's there. So Dom, for myself, Shaun Middleton, from Michael Bowers.
Come on, bring the championship.
The dream team's back from Jordan.
Hello.
And Morgan Pickford.
Hello there.
We'll see you guys next Sunday. The kickoff is 12:30. So
12 o'clock.
It's 12 o'clock kickoff.
It's 12 o'clock.
It's definitely 12 o'clock.
It's definitely 12 o'clock kickoff.
I'll be live next Sunday at what time? I know we go. Is it an hour before?
Maybe like
11 o'clock. Half 10, 11 o'clock. I'll put a tweet out on social media, but next Sunday. But don't forget, obviously, Fans React Friday first. Fans React Friday returns next Friday, so watch that. But tune in for next Sunday for the first live pre-match show of the season from myself, Shaun Michael, Michael Bowers, Morgan Greer, and Jordan. See you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe. And away the lads. And with the Lionesses, Tuesday night. Get behind the girls as well.
It's coming up.
Bye.